Okay guys, so if you just watched the last video on how to get Marrow extended SDK, this video is about how to make items with the extended SDK. So basically guys, first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click up here in the hierarchy, click create empty, call it whatever you want, but we should just make a simple cylinder. I completely forgot to spell cylinder, hopefully that's right. Anyway, we can also delete the main camera because we do not want that. Create another empty underneath it, and in that one that you create under it, call it meshes. So yep, meshes. Don't forget the game next. Meshes. And then you want to create another empty under this top one, and then call it colliders. Then we're going to create another empty under this and call it grips. This is so we can grab it and everything, and I'll show you what to add into them now. So under meshes we're going to create another empty called cylinder mesh. And there's a lot of empties because we're making a simple cylinder. You can really call them whatever you want. Under colliders we're going to create an empty and we're going to call it colliders, I guess. Doesn't really matter what you call them. And then under grips we're going to create another empty and we're going to call it cylinder grip. And then we're gonna, now if you're not making a cylinder, then you'll go to here, you'll get mesh collider, mesh renderer, you'll get mesh renderer and mesh filterer, and then whatever collider suits you best for your item. But because we are doing the cylinder, it already has a mesh set up, and because we already have it set up, we're gonna right click in the hierarchy, go to 3D object, hit capsule. Because it has it all set up here, we're just going to drag this under meshes and get rid of the cylinder mesh. And as you can see, this capsule does have a collider, so we're going to copy this component. We're going to go to the collider under our colliders box, and we're going to paste, right click on transform, just so you guys know how to do this, and hit paste component as new, and it'll come with all of the same stuff. And then we're going to delete the collider that was on this original capsule mesh, like under meshes. We're going to remove component. That will make sure that there's no issues with scaling and everything. And also this is going to be massive, so we're going to scale it down to 0.1, 0.1, and 0.1. That will make it a good size. Now I'm gonna bring this up a little bit because it's a little bit low right now, and yeah, that should be good for mine. You also want to do the same thing for your collider, so you want to scale it down to 0.05, and then we'll do 0.2, might work. Yeah, that looks about right. Whatever you're doing, just do it until it looks like it covers it about right. And then yeah, looks okay with the collider. Now we're going to set up the grips. So you want to go to this, what we were on before, where we changed the height and that. You want to copy this capsule collider component, go to cylinder grip, right click on transform, paste, component as new. And also make it a trigger, and I would put it to 0.06 just to make it a little bit better, a little bigger, so it works better. Then you want to add cylinder grip, so just search up I don't know how to spell cylinder. I think it's CYL, cylinder grip at the bottom there. So yeah, you want to add cylinder grip. Okay, so turn is throwable on, and then you want to do, you don't need to do anything for this. Handle amplify curve, you want to set it to that. Or this. For this I would recommend just, either one of them works really, we can do any. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, and for the hand pose, we're gonna look for cylinder grip small. I've sprouted backwards again. Okay. Is that cylinder grip small? Yeah, we'll do that. So cylinder grip small, perfect. Also, what I'm gonna do to make this a lot easier, is just install this thing called the grip gizmo. It'll make it a lot easier to see how it looks. So now you see the grip gizmo is in. I will leave a link to the grip gizmo in the description, if I can. If I can't, just go to the Bone Lab modding Discord and find grip gizmo and download that. Okay, for these, you want to do 1 on Z for the primary movement axis, and then the secondary movement axis, do 1 as well. Some people do 1 for Y, you can if you want. Doesn't really make much difference. For the grip options, it's whatever you prefer, but I would recommend setting it to multiple hands, so then you can grab it with like 2 hands if you want. And now you want to set the priority to 1. Set the min brake force to infinite. If you type inf and then hit enter, it'll automatically enter it in for you. Same for these other two, so the max brake force is also going to be infinite. And then same for this. The radius, well, this will move the hand, so 0.04. I'll do 0.05. I'll say 0.05 because you have to move the hand. And then, okay, as you can see, the hand does not look the right way up. So we're gonna right click on grips. We're gonna create another empty, and we're gonna call it transform. And then go back to cylinder grip, change the target transform, actually just drag and drop this target transform in here. And then you want to go back to transform, and you're just going to want to rotate this until it looks about right. That should be about, oh, that's not, I think I rotated it the wrong way. So we're going to put that all the way back, and we're going to rotate it this way. Okay, try that. Okay, it's looking a little bit better, but the fingers are still in the thing. I'm going to try and change this to 0.06. Yep, I think that's about right. For the rotation limit, I'll set that to 180, and then just set this to 21. Okay, now you want to make sure target flip on primary axis is on. You can change that to cylinder grip small, but it doesn't matter really. Static friction, change that to 1, and then the dynamic friction, change it to 1. Static friction, also change it to 1, and then the limit. For the limit, I'd recommend 0.05. That should be good. Make sure you turn on HasCap A and HasCap B, very important. Also, now what we're going to do is add an interactable icon. I cannot spell it. Interactable icon, and that will make, like, you know, the little dot when you go to pick something up in Bone Lab. That's what that makes. Okay, so you want to go to for transform, make it the transform that was under grips. Then you want to make this 0.1, and then this 0.25. And then you also want to add a pull force grip. Pull force grip, that one. So change the max speed to infinite. This is for you know, when you like grab it and it'll like pick it up off the floor without you having to like go down and actually manually like pick it up. So yeah, change that to infinite. Also on the grips, scroll up to the top where it says default layer and change it to interactable. And if it asks you to change children on all objects, click no, only this object. It didn't ask me that, don't know why, it didn't. Okay, now we're gonna wanna go back to the main object where we made everything. And then we're gonna add marrow entity. And then we're gonna add a marrow body and a rigid body. There we go. And also, you want to always be validating these, so just keep validating them. Not all the time, obviously, because we've got to do some other stuff first. Then you want to add an interactable host manager. Let me find that, interactable host manager. And then, should have added some other scripts. And then we're gonna add interactable host if it doesn't auto add it. And then we're gonna add a pulley. That should be good. And then also I forgot to say you wanna click on these and put cylinder in both of them for the host manager and marrow entity. And then on the marrow body, scroll down until you see something called tracker settings and change this to entity. Then you also want to go to settings, hit add, push down on that, select is active to true, this to 1, and then 0.5 on all axes. Sorry, I'm also typing these. And then the radius is 0.5, and then the height is 2. And then you want to hit validate again, and just best to validate these all the time, because you know, it's just good. And I'm going to add, what's it called? A colour on it, we'll add a colour. Ooh, what colour is this? We'll do void glow actually. I feel like void glow could look quite nice on it. I don't know why mine looks like this right now. Let me click off it. Right, void glow. Yeah, what does this look like? Now. Tell you what, I've already made a blue one, so I'm gonna do purple. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. You can also make it as heavy as you want, so I'd put this as 5, so that's going to be some pretty good weight for this cylinder. Then we're going to validate them both again, as we've done an update. And then there you go, pretty much a spawnable done. But we're going to go to assets, we're going to go to create, just create a regular folder, call it prefabs. Open it, and then you're just going to drag your cylinder model into here and it will create it all into a prefab. If you need to do any edits, you can just right click on this, go to prefab, and then unpack or unpack completely. I don't think that matters if you unpack it completely or just regular unpack it. And now we're going to want to create a new palette. Create palette. Call it whatever you want. We're just going to call it test. Author, I'ma just put it as me because why not? It really doesn't matter what you title your palette. Click on that. Click. Let me just put this into the screen. Spawnable crate, and then you should just be able to drag this into here. And there you go. Your cylinder is in there. So hit create. Now, all you have to do now is pack the palette. So I'm playing on quest, so I'm gonna pack it for quest. It'll take a little while, so I'll be back when it's done. Also, if it asks you this, hit save and continue. It might take a while to build these. Okay, so once that's done, you want to open your file explorer, go to this PC, local disk drive, go to users, pick your user, find this project. So this project should be called, what did we name it? I think we named it test, didn't we? There's a lot in it. What did we name the project? I genuinely forgot. Let me find it. Mods tutorial, so we're actually going to search this. Tutorial. However, I did used to have this. Yep. Build palettes Android, and you'll see this because we called it, the author was called me, and then we named it test. And then in here is all of our spawnable, and we can just plug in our headset, drag this on, and then there you go, a working spawnable item. Have fun. Also, whilst I'm here, I may as well show you guys. So if you click copy on it, you can go to this PC, make sure your headset's plugged in, and then you can go onto your headset. I'm just telling you the file path because I can't be bothered plugging mine in. So you want to go onto your headset, so it might say Quest 2 or Quest 3 depending on what you have. Double click on it, go to Android data, I think it should be that, find com.stresslevel0.bonelab or something like that, something along those lines. Double click on that folder, go to files, mods, and then you should see all of your mod.io mods, and you can just paste it in there. That should work. I think that's the file path. Try it out. If it's not, just Google it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.